went from being an assistant, Nasir Saab was clear he wanted to launch you as an actor.
No, he wasn't clear actually.
He wasn't. Tell us.
See, what happened is that for me, when I wanted to be an actor, I was very conscious about one thing, that I never wanted Nasir Saab or Chachajan or Abbajan to ever feel, you know, that now it is our responsibility to launch Aamir. I didn't want them to ever feel that. I didn't want to be a, you know, burden on them. So I knew by that time I wanted to act, and I was doing my own thing. I used to go to FTI, I used to do diploma films over there, I was doing theatre. I did a film called Holi, you know, which Ketan had directed at the Film Institute. So I was doing my own thing, but I never ever, even by mistake, I used to not mention to Chachajan or to Abbajan about me wanting to act, and you know, because I didn't want to even come close to that. So two things happened, and coincidentally, both these things happened with a very famous couple of today. What happened is that I did a short film called Paranoia, which Aditya Bhattacharya had made. This is much before Raag. I'm talking of, you know, when I had passed out of school, 10th, and just before the first year college began, in the holidays, I shot for this film called Paranoia, which was a 40-minute short film, entirely silent, meaning no dialogue, no music, nothing, not even a pen ka sound. ऐसे करके चलती पूरी film. So he had made that film, and he made it as an experiment to learn about cinema, and you know, he wanted to learn filmmaking. And so he asked me, I was in school with him, I was his classmate, so he said, "Okay, will you act in it?" And I said, "Okay." I mean, he said, I need your help, I need another boy, something like you, can I? So I said, "Okay." So I was the actor on the film, I was also the production manager and the assistant director and the spot boy and everything. So basically I was helping Aditya. And the experience of doing that film actually got me interested in filmmaking. Until then I wasn't. But I'm saying something else now. So the film got complete and he wanted to show it, so he called Shabana ji to Dimple Theatre. And Shabana ji was the only person sitting in the theatre and watching the film. It was a silent film and it was pretty, you know, difficult to fathom what Aditya was trying to say. Usually it's difficult to fathom what he's trying to say. So khair, film khatam hui, and Shabana ji is a very, you know, outspoken person. So Aditya's mother, Rinki auntie, was next to her, and Aditya was sitting behind them and I was sitting right at the back with my sister Nikhat, who's there. Now mind you, nobody in my house knows I've gone to shoot for this film. Because my dad will just kill me if he comes to know, okay, Aamir shooting karne ja raha hai. I didn't even tell Ammi. So I used to pretend I'm going for a hockey match early morning, Ammi hamari hockey match hai, main hockey stick leke jata tha, actually shooting pe jata tha. So khair, Shabana ji was watching the film and she saw the film, she got up and said, "I didn't understand the film, but who's that boy?" So Rinki auntie said, "Oh, piche baitha hai, Tahir ka beta." So she said, "Where?" And she turned around and I got up, I said, "Hello ma'am." So Rinki auntie said, "This is Tahir Saab's son." Now Shabana ji was working with my father at that time in a film called Khoon Ki Pukar. The shooting was going on. She said, "Hey, you're Tahir Saab's son. I must tell him you're a fantastic actor." I said, "No, you can't tell him that. You can't tell him that. He'll kill me." So she said, "Why?" I said, "No, you can't tell him that." So she said, "But you're a fantastic actor. You should be acting." So I was so thrilled because I really look up to Shabana ji as an actress, and when she said that, I was like, wow, you know, like I felt so good that someone who I respect so much as an actor is telling me that she's like, "You're really amazing, and you know, you have no idea how well you've done, and you really should act." So I was like, okay. And then I joined Chachajan as a AD, and I remember it was towards the end of the shooting of Zabardast, and we were in Faryaz Hotel, which is we were shooting there in Khandala, Lonavala. And Javed Saab had come to work on Mr. India script. And he was also working on the script of Arjun. So Shekhar was there, Javed Saab was there, Rahul Ravel was there. And I was sitting in Nasir Saab's room doing some paperwork. And Javed Saab walked in to say hi to Nasir Saab. So they were meeting after a long time, they were exchanging whatever. And they were talking and catching up after a long time. And then finally, after about half an hour, Javed Saab asked Chachajan, "Wo kaun beta? Who's that boy over there?" I was sitting near the window. So he said, "Ye Tahir ka beta hai." So he says, "Ye kya kar raha hai aapke saath?" He said, "Wo mera assistant hai." So Javed Saab said, "Ye aapka assistant kyun hai? तो आपको स्टार होना चाहिए." मेरे कान खड़े थे, सब सुन रहा था मैं दूर से कि क्या बातें हो रही हैं. And it's quite ironical that, you know, both Shabana and Javed Saab, who are together today, individually noticed me at separate places and said the same thing. Even after that, I never had the courage to tell my uncle or my father, "Ke yaar, ab Javed Saab keh rahe hain, I'm star material." So I just completely ignored it. I didn't even want to bring it up. I was so frightened that, you know, he would feel ke arey yaar. I didn't ever want Chacharan to feel ke, you know, Aamir expects me to make a film for him. Now I'll have to, you know, I didn't want that. Meko wo nahi chahiye. So one day, I was with Chacharan and I used to be with him all the time. So we met someone he was meeting after many years. And he said, "Hello, how are you?" This, that, they were catching up. And then he said, "Aamir, meet so-and-so, he's an old friend of mine." And he said, "So-and-so, meet, this is my nephew Aamir and he's the star of my next film." And I was like, whoa, that's how I came to know that I'm going to be acting in this next film. And then a few days later, he called me and said, "Okay, listen, I think I want to make a film with you. It's going to be a love story and all of that." So, yeah.
For more news and gossips, don't forget to subscribe to Bollywood Helpline.